Hi and welcome to this video, which is about the open source routers. So in this video we will be reviewing the vyOS, which is an open source router software which you can run it as a virtual machine, or it can be installed and run on a physical hardware machine. vyOS is a fork from the vyOS. So initially there was a project called vyOS, which was the same, like vyOS. It was open source, and the aim was to create a virtual, the open source kind of routing package for networking people. vyOS later it got acquired by Brocade, and it became commercial, and vyOS became a fork out of the vyOS, and started developing it over the community, over the open source community. So now we have vyOS, which is available to us. You can go to this website and you can download the stable version, the 1.18. That's the latest stable version available. Very small footprint, 220 megabyte, comes as an ISO file, and you can just either download the OVA file or ISO file. You can install the ISO file as a CD on a physical server, or as a virtual machine in a virtual machine, or you can just download the OVA file and download it on your virtual environment. vyOS, it has multiple features, not only a routing platform, but it also includes other features like doing lots of different VPN technologies like GREs, IPsec, WireGuard, OpenVPN. Also, it supports doing configuration through Python and Perl script. You can do some automation with Python through that. The command line interface of vyOS is absolutely like Junos. So Juniper Junos, if you have experience working with Junos, is very similar to Junos. So it's all with the set or delete or insert commands, and whenever you do any changes, you have to issue a commit command to activate those changes. The routing protocol supported, BGP, OSPF, and the VPN services. vyOS is based on these upstream projects. So FRR routing, which we already studied, so that's a routing protocol software stack for Linux. ISC bind, we got strong swan for VPN. We got OpenVPN as well, Power DNS as a very super fast DNS server with lots of flexibilities, OpenNHRP, and the other stuff. vyOS is based on Linux, is based on Debian, and it includes the firewall features also. If you go to the user guide, here on the right side, it shows most of the information about the supported features. The VLAN sub interfaces, routing, static routing, RIP, OSPF, BGP, and policy-based routing. In the firewall section, it supports zone-based firewalling, so you can create different zones in vyOS, assign interfaces, and define rules for traffic being traversing between the firewall zones or over the interfaces. Supports NATing as well, VPN with different type of VPNs, DHCP server, and IP version 6 as well. It supports also clustering. So let's have a look at the vyOS. So I got that ISO file downloaded, and I have loaded on my Zen. So we got this virtual machine called vyOS 152. So after you boot up the vyOS, it just gives you the login prompt, which you can log in with username and password of vyOS. And that's a prompt. So it's not a Linux prompt, it's a jailed shell for vyOS. So here you can issue commands like show configuration. It's very similar to Juniper. If I say show Let me take this a little bit up. Show interface. So the IP address of this machine is 192.168.211.152. We got two interfaces here right now. So the other one is Ethernet 1, which is 10.9.9.2. So two interfaces has been connected. So you can create as many as you want interfaces on this on vyOS. You can just go here and you can add more virtual interfaces. Currently I need to refresh my Zen manager, otherwise currently it doesn't show this currently the two interfaces which we have. So let me try to do a SSH to our vyOS from here. Okay, so from here let's do SSH as vyOS at 192.168.211.152. The password is vyOS, and we got the same shell. So vyOS running on Linux kernel version 3.13, and I can do show configuration. So let's have a look at what's the configuration currently we have. So we got two Ethernet interfaces. These are virtual interfaces currently. We got they are all presented from our Zen hypervisor. We got the section called protocol. So those of you who are not familiar with this format, this is in the industry is known as Juniper kind of configuration. Which is very everything starts with the bracket and closes with the bracket. Protocols BGP AS65000. It has a neighbor. So actually this one is the FRR virtual machine, the router. So actually vyOS is making a BGP peering with our FRR virtual router with that machine, and we got the static route, also the default gateway, which is pointing to this particular IP. The SSH services has been enabled for system configuration management. The commit revisions, we get it managed 20 revisions of the commits, so you can roll back always. And the rest of the stuff, the syslog and the other stuff. Let's see if our BGP is up. Show protocol, show IP BGP summary. Yeah, so IP BGP summary, it shows me that we got the neighbor 192.168.211.151. This is that FRR machine, and it's up for last 11 minutes. One prefix is being sent. So if I say show IP BGP and neighbor 192.168.211.151, advertise routes. So currently we are advertising only this prefix to the to our neighbor. You can do show IP route to see what we have. We got 10.9.9.9 as well here, and there's nothing special actually here. The other command, show interface show interface tears is not there, but show interfaces shows us all the interfaces and the IP addresses and the stuff. So you can use that configuration guide, for if you need to apply any specific networking configuration, doing routing or VPN tunneling to anywhere, or also creating a virtual, doing a firewall between few zones. So the flexibility of vyOS is that unlike for example, unlike the FRR, vyOS is like a package. So it's a package complete operating system, and all the packages ready with the industry standard command line interface. So you can use that for quickly deploy it with a 220 megabyte footprint. It can be deployed, and it just does that particular function of the routing, firewalling, and VPN. It's very flexible. You can just deploy it as a virtual appliance on almost any hypervisor. You can add as many as you want virtual interfaces, and you can deal with those virtual interfaces from the vyOS. You can put them in different firewall zones, or you can use them for different type of connectivities, talking OSPF to a router, talking BGP to another one, and doing the route redistribution between them. So this was about the vyOS demo. So please feel free, if you have any question, you can write in the forum. Thank you very much.